What is going on, everyone? Platinum Beast coming at you with yet another video. Today we're going to be talking about how there is going to be people holding the bag when it comes to silver. I know my last silver video was super controversial. I got a lot of downvotes on it. I got a lot of people supporting what I was saying. But I have a new topic to talk about today, and that is who's going to be left holding the bag when it turns out silver isn't capable of doing what many people think it's going to do. So, without further ado, let's get into it. Okay, everyone, so first and foremost, I want to mention that I'm not a hater of silver. I've said that a million times on my channel, but I want to make that clear because it can come off that I am a hater of silver, and I'm not. I stack silver. I have a lot of silver in my stack. However, what I want to talk about today is who's going to be left holding the bag when it turns out silver is unable to act in the manner that people want it to act in. So silver has been seen somewhat as a safe haven asset for quite a while. It has intrinsic value, it has industrial value attached to it. But today I want to talk about what's going to happen once people come to the realization that this metal isn't able to do what everyone wants it to do, and that is go to the moon in the manner of just quadrupling in value overnight. So, what do I want to start off by saying? Well, first and foremost, we all know what Wall Street silver is. The Reddit forum that was created in fairly recent times to hype up the overall value of silver. And it was created as a community of individuals who think silver is just going to make them rich overnight. I'm sad to say that is not going to happen. However, stacking silver is a good play. Now, what do I mean by bag holding when it comes to silver? There's a lot of individuals who think silver is going to create exponential wealth in the short term for them. And I'm afraid to say that, at least in my opinion, that's not going to happen. Now, if it were to happen, that would be great. I'll even say that, right? I have lots of silver. If it were to skyrocket overnight, I would increase my holdings as far as my overall wealth substantially. So I should be one who would want silver to go to the moon. And I do, in a sense. However, I just don't think it's going to happen in the way that everyone thinks it is. But what we're going to do here in a few minutes is we're going to go over and take a look at when exactly Wall Street silver was created, the Reddit forum, because it was at that point, essentially, when silver started to be way overhyped, right? Now, March of 2020, silver tanked and then it went up. And when it broke over $20 an ounce, it hasn't gone back below $20 an ounce. So there was a bit of hype revolving around silver back then. But the hype really doubled when Wall Street silver decided to enter the game and started to push silver as hard as humanly possible. And a lot of the YouTube creators and other individuals in the industry and in the field of stacking kind of jumped on the bandwagon. And I don't hate anyone for that, you know. At the end of the day, if it creates interest in your videos and things like that, you know, that's cool, whatever. But that's just not my style. But I don't hate on people who do kind of feed off that hype a little bit, increase their viewership and things like that. There's nothing wrong with that. But one thing I want to mention is everyone remembers the GameStop phenomenon, right? GameStop stock went to the moon overnight. It went from being worthless to over 300, 400 crazy amounts of dollars per share. And it was all built around hype, realistically, and the shorts and things like that. I could get into all the reason why it went up, but basically there was a lot of hype. It went up, right? And that essentially, I believe, is what they're trying to do with silver. They realize that there is a deficit, I suppose, as far as paper contracts versus actual physical. And they think they can move the market if they buy up enough of it, right? Well, that theory, I mean, it makes sense, I guess. So I can't really downplay the logic behind the theory. However, it just there are systems in place to prevent things from getting out of hand in the current world we live in, right? So I don't really see that happening anytime soon. I do think silver will go up in value over time. I've mentioned this before. However, I just don't think it's going to do it in the manner that everyone thinks it is. Now, silver bag holding, I mentioned, is going to be the individuals who bought up a whole bunch of silver and just simply aren't seeing the gains they had hoped they would see, so they will end up selling it, right, to move it into something else, something more volatile like Bitcoin. Bitcoin is a craze at times, and then it tanks at times, and people kind of, I don't really know what they do. I'm not really in the crypto game myself. However, there's no denying seeing Bitcoin go from $6,000 to $60,000 within a year, right? There's no denying that there is gains there to be seen. And so that makes sense. But people getting in on silver expecting the same outcome, I don't think that's just a very wise and logical thing. I don't really see it happening, right? And I am a silver stacker. I have plenty of silver. However, I'm also a realist, right? When it comes to stacking, I have goals and I have reasons for stacking silver, and I understand how silver works to an extent, right? I'm definitely not an absolute professional. I haven't been stacking it for 50 years, but I understand the ins and outs, generally speaking. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go over to the screen cam. We're going to take a look at Wall Street silver. We're going to take a look at the spot price of silver. We're going to take a look at a few different things and just kind of see what all has occurred since the hype has been building up, and if any real results can be seen as far as the hype that has grown in the short term over silver. So I'll see y'all over there. Okay, everyone, so I've got Wall Street Silver pulled up here, and this is just simply to show you when this subreddit was created. Because realistically, when this subreddit was created, the hype started to really, really blow up and take off. So as you can see here, this subreddit was created January 29th, 2021. So that's interesting. So it's been around for about 4 or 5 months, and we're going to take a look at the impact that they may or may not have had on the price of silver overall. So what we're going to do is we're going to go over here and we're going to take a look at Provident Metals spot price chart. You can use any dealer spot price chart, but I like using Provident because it just is the easiest to use for me. However, January 29th is when Wall Street Silver was created. So let's go to that date exactly. So we are looking at January 15th, 20th, 30th. Looks like, okay, so the 28th. We'll just start with the 28th. So on January 28th, silver closed at $26.50, right? And when Wall Street Silver was created, a couple days later, it went up to $28, almost 50. So almost $2. Couple days after it was created. Then it went back down to 268, 260, 33, 2707, 2727, 2822, and has just kind of floated around that $26 to $28 range. Now, $28.50 was 2 days after, or 3 days after Wall Street Silver was created. And then it went down to about $24.43 in March. And there's been raids and things like that. I don't really keep up with it that much, so I don't know the exact days. I remember there was one in May. However, as you can see here, overall, Wall Street Silver hasn't really done anything at all for silver in the 5 or 6 months it's been alive and around. But the hype is there, and the hype is real. But what are the results? Well, basically nothing. If you take a look at this chart, it shows there's no abnormalities. Now let's take a look at pre-Wall Street Silver, right? Because as we mentioned, it started on January 29th, and on January 29th, silver closed at $27 an ounce. But it was at $27 an ounce around 24 days before Wall Street Silver. And before that, it floated around $23, $24 an ounce. But if you go back here, it was at $27 an ounce. So really, we haven't seen any crazy market fluctuations since July 20th of 2020, when it was the last time it was below $20 an ounce. So we're coming up on a year of over $20 an ounce, and it's really only floated from $20 to $27 an ounce. So it hasn't gone to the moon, and it definitely has not been impacted really at all since Wall Street Silver was created. Now, I've talked a lot about premiums and premiums increasing and dealers feeding off the hype and things like that. A lot of people have thrown me shade and thrown me hate comments saying, I don't know what I'm talking about, yada, 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 and things of that nature. However, what I want to do for you guys is I want to pull up some old emails showing you the premiums of pre-Wall Street silver. So we're going to do that right now. Okay, guys, so I have an email pulled up here from Monument Metals. They are a well-known bullion dealer in the stacking world, so they are trustworthy indeed. This email is dated January 20th, 2021. So this email was 8 days before Wall Street silver was created. It says the typical dear precious metal investor, yada, 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 save big while these are in stock, blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. Let's get down here to the prices. 1 ounce acai silver rounds as low as $1.99 over spot, $1.99 over spot, $1.99 over spot. So all three of these different versions of acai rounds are as low as $1.99 over spot. And that's an interesting thing to take note of, because finding silver at all for $1.99 over spot today, yeah, you're not going to do that, right? The lowest you're going to find is $5 over spot. Now let's go back over to our chart and take a look at what exactly spot price was on January 20th, 2021. Because as we can see here, they were selling silver for $1.99 over spot. It says as low as we all know, that typically means that, you know, bulk ordering and things like that. But this is not uncommon. I could go into a whole bunch of other emails, but I don't really see the point in that. Lots of the dealers were selling at $1.99, $1.50, $2, maybe $3 over spot. For silver, you could get it at $1.99 over spot. You will not find it anywhere for $1.99 over spot today. Let's go back and look at our chart for January 20th, see what spot price was, right? Okay, so we have our handy dandy spot price chart pulled up here, and we're going to take a look at January 20th to see what the close was. Looks like it was at $25.84, $25.84 at the close of January 2021. And at the beginning of Wall Street silver, it was $26.50. So it didn't go up that much. Let's take a look at Monument Metals. What are their premiums right now? 1 ounce round, as low as $3.99 over spot. So that's a whole $2 increase, and it's the same quantity pricing, right? If you buy 500, it's $3.99 over spot, but if you don't, it's closer to $4.99. Again, Kangaroos, $4.99 over spot. 1 ounce Aztec, $5.29. 1/10 ounce silver round, $5.49. And then we get into more premium stuff. I mean, look at this. Off-quality eagles, $10 over spot for a cull eagle. You know, scratched, dirty, toned, whatever. Random date. I mean, dang. The premiums have gone up. But has spot price? Well, January 20th was that email, and they were selling at $2 over spot. Today, they're selling at $5 over spot, and spot price has gone up $2 since January 20th. So spot price has gone up $2, and premium has gone up $3 or $4. So I'm seeing a disconnect, but I'm not seeing it in the stacker's favor. I'm seeing it more in the dealer's favor. These are just my thoughts. These are my observations, guys. I don't know about y'all, but it's not really making a whole lot of sense to me. I'm not really seeing what the pumpers are seeing. And so I wanted to share these with you. I wanted to show this to you because this is real world stuff. This is real world examples of what's going on. At the end of the day, guys, I know everyone's going to make their own decision. I know everyone has an opinion about silver, where it's going to go and things like that. At the end of the day, I don't hate silver. I stack silver. I like silver. I would like to see silver go up in value. However, I just can't get on board with a lot of the things that are going on. So I like sharing my thoughts and opinions so that you guys can at least have a different point of view to look at, right? Because when you see silver, 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 my dealer's saying this dealer's saying this, my coin shop says buy now, yada, yada, yada. I want to be that guy that gives you just a different opinion so that you can sit there and say, what do I want to do? Who do I believe? How about I just make my own, decisions and think for myself? But that's just my opinion, and that's just my reasoning and ideas, guys. At the end of the day, thank you for stopping by and checking out my video. Be sure to hit the like button down below. Leave me a comment letting me know your thoughts. Good, bad, don't matter. I love hearing from you guys. And until next time, we will see ya.